There's so much pain in my body, it's like that old town road, yeah. And I don't think they can stop me, cause to the top, yeah, that's where I go, yeah.
All right, bet. What's up, everybody? Quite a venture. Probably my first YouTube video I'm making, man. And as you can see by the title of the video, I ain't gonna waste too much time, man. We're gonna get into it. But I just want y'all to know this was a real game changer for me. Being a scalper, this led me to see way more than I ever was able to see before. Understanding this, it's not even a strategy I'm about to teach y'all, but it's really teaching y'all how to make your strategy better. Any scalper, mainly smart money concepts. That's who I'm really teaching this for, people who trade really price action and understand why the markets move the way they move. Supply and demand. That, if you ever watch Mint FX videos, shout him out. This strategy is gonna go perfect with whatever you're doing. But let's get right into it, man. I'm gonna share my screen. Yes, sir. Let's get right into it. I already got it loaded up. Let's back this joker back a little bit though. So as y'all can see, this is just a scalping strategy made for the 1 minute time frame. So I was trading last night, seeing Euro AUD. Simply, it made a higher low right here, making a higher high. So this was the last point of supply, this last candle, making it the perfect demand zone that we would want price to tap into to continue this range. Now, you have to understand, like, oh, why not? Why you ain't look for the demand down here? That's the best area. I mean, you really just no. The reason why is because this high right here, right? This high got liquidated by this down move. So that should already be understood. I'm not here to go over the basics with anybody. I'm here to tell y'all what is going to take your trade to a new level. Now, usually before I had Trading View Premium on a 1 minute time frame, I probably would have ended up taking this trade like this. As soon as it tapped into this area, would have had like a 3 pip stop loss and 6.8 pip take profit. And it would have been a 1 or 2, like, oh, 1 or 2, that's okay. For smart money, that's really not good at all. But what changed the game for me was getting the seconds time frame. And I'm gonna show y'all why. This is how you can become a very great scalper. You don't need you need to know all these time frames. That's why I got them all up here. But if you can become a very great scalper just by having a 1 minute and every time frame under the 1 minute. I'll explain why. So this trade, right? I think we dropped to the 10 second. Yeah, so what I seen price doing when it got into this area, right? It was accumulating. And we all know what accumulation is. It's a weak hand, from weak hand to strong hand transfer. So I've seen this happen, right? Obviously, price right here, if you following price action, you can see consolidation, liquidity got swept, made another lower low. It made that first change of character. More consolidation in here. Made a spring, diving deep into this area, pushing above that last lower high right here. And now we waited for the test. And this was only a 0.7 pip stop loss. So this same trade in the same area, because it was only a 0.7 pip stop loss, it ran a 1 to 11. Now, we got that test. What happened? My first take profit was right here, so took partials here because this was the high of the spring, right? But my final take profit was obviously at the top of this range. Yeah, that's why I had my final take profit. I always put it a little bit under because I know the market likes to have a little spread and stuff. But so as we can see, price started playing around for a minute, creating more liquidity, tapping into new order blocks created. And then soon after, hit my take profit. And this happened all in the span of, I don't know how long this took to hit that take profit, but basically, I wouldn't have seen that this was a good trade setup to take just by having a 1 minute time frame, right? Only thing I would have seen is price coming into this section and slowing down. Basically, by seller's pressure was exhausting. That's the only confluence I would have had to this trade. But because I was able to drop down to the 5-second time frame, I was able to see this whole accumulation right here, right? Now, without the second time frame, I wouldn't have known it was couldn't accumulate at all. I would have been just like, it's a look like a decent trade because it got a new range that was formed and all that. But the risk reward is only at 1 or 2. With this, 1 to 11, easily. All because I was able to see what was happening in that 1 minute candle. Because you got to think about it, bro. It's 60 1-second candles in one 1 minute candle. Do you know how much information can be displayed on the 1 second time frame? I don't want to drop down to the 1 second because I don't know if it's going to let me go back that far. But I made this to say this, that it's very simple to be a great scalper just by understanding, if you got my course, my videos, or if you watch Mint FX, watching his videos on the 3-box strategy. 1 minute time frame, right? It's simple. Step 1, find your demand zone. Step 2, find the top and the bottom of that range to be basically your main take profit areas. So the bottom of the range is where if it goes below here, most likely this trade is invalid. If it goes here, that means this high just got liquidated and a pullback, an extreme pullback could come. Why is this important? Because now that you can actually do the 3-box method on the 1 minute time frame, that's why you have to understand that all time frames are they coincide with one another, man. They coincide with one another. If I was only able to understand it on a 1 minute time frame, imagine if I didn't have the 5-second time frame, I would have never seen that this was the perfect area to enter. Like, you think I would have looked at this candle wicking out and been like, oh yeah, it's definitely about to buy. It's pushing down, wicks closing low. Oh yeah, definitely the trade to take. No, I wouldn't have known. I don't know if this trade is going to come liquidate all this because I can't see what's going on in these candles. But because I was able to drop to the 10-second time frame, I was literally able to see exactly what price was doing, which was doing what? Accumulating. And I don't really want to explain the whole accumulation thing, selling climax, automatic rally, secondary test, sign of strength, secondary test in phase B, spring, tested at spring, high prices. I mean, I can write it out for everybody. I can do that right quick. Why am I bugging? Selling climax. Selling climax. Automatic rally. Secondary test. Sign of strength. Secondary test in phase B. Spring. And then test of that spring and high prices. Now, would you have known all that? Like, let's just leave that right there and go back to the 1 minute. How would I have known? Like, bro, how would I have known? I'm not promoting TradingView or nothing, right? I'm not in here to promote and say, oh, buy TradingView's premium for the 50. They're so much better. You know, get TradingView, use my link. I don't have a link. I don't have none of it. It's just, this is what put my trading to a new level, from getting 1 to 3s, 1 to 4s to at minimum 1 to 10s. Now you understand why somebody, I can't call him my mentor because he ain't personally taught me, but I look at Netflix as my mentor, because if it wasn't for his videos, I wouldn't know none of this. But go from 1 to 3s, 1 to 4s to 1 to 10s minimums. That's why Vertex Investing, Pills of Persia, NFX, they be catching these ridiculous RR trades. It's because they have the seconds time frame. Now, just off of scalping trade alone, just from 8 pips, 8.3 pips, I caught them 1 to 11. That's what really matters. It don't matter how many pips you caught. If you risking your 1% off a 0.7 pip stop loss, exactly, you can calculate it. It's calculators out there for you. And you're going to get your full 11% off this trade and run it. I didn't get the full 11% because I closed some of my position here. But still, the fact that it ran a 1 to almost a 1 to 12 is pretty damn good. Let's just go back to this time frame for y'all to just have a better look at understanding what I've seen in this trade. All right. Go back to the 1 minute. Impulse, demand zone created. Price went into that demand zone. So what do? Drop down to the seconds time frame to get our confirmation entry. That's a part of the 3-step process of this. And you can use this on any time frame. So if you don't have the 10-second audit yet, I should advise you get it, but you can use it the same way. You can use it the 1 hour and 1 hour supply or demand zone, and look at the 1 minute time frame to find this same thing happening, a Wyckoff or a double break structure. I teach all this in detail on my course. So if you don't really understand this, I would advise you to get my course and go through the whole thing from A to Z, so you can get better understanding of what led up to this great method of scalping. But, I mean, that's really it for this. I mean, demand, impulse. Demand zone, impulse that was created from this demand zone. Get a tap, get your confirmation entry. Literally got in on the spring test of that spring. And I looked at this because even though this didn't necessarily break this sign of strength, to me, it didn't have to. Because for one, there was a lot of imbalance that need to be filled right here. And for two, off the rip, you can tell it was an accumulation by how it took the spring out immediately. Like it came up, dropped, made a lower low, but as soon as that, it invalidated that immediately. So this swept liquidity under this range and shot up. That's what a spring is. It takes liquidity and shoots up. And you seeing all this because you have the 10-second time frame instead of just the 1 minute. On the 1 minute, you can't see nearly none of this. So as you can see, it hit my take profit. This trade didn't continue to run. It came back and it came back to hit stop loss. I thought about that. But yeah, that's really it for this video, man. I hope you enjoyed it. Probably one of my first YouTube videos I'm creating, so cut me some slack. Don't be on my head top, man. I'm just you can give me some constructive criticism in the comments on what I should do more of, and if you want more videos like this and more in-depth breakdowns of trades I took. This ain't nothing really but a trade breakdown and explaining why the seconds time frame is crucial to scalpers. It's crucial to be a scalper and smart, especially in the smart money space. You can't see all this walkout forming if you don't have the seconds time frame. So you can't just be looking like what I used to do. I know probably most traders do this. I was just looking at the 1 minute, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, because I love scalping. But once I was able to look at the 1 minute and then look at the 10-second, the 5-second, it's cool sitting on my hands and knees. Like, okay, well, I don't see no walkout form and I don't see no weak to strong hand transferring in the zone. It's just steady going against the zone. Why would I take this trade? On the 1 minute, you can't see that though. On the 1 minute, you might see it come down, wick out a little bit, then just invalidate your zone. But on the 5-second, 10-second, it's definitely easy, very easy to see. But I don't want to make this video too long. So like, comment, subscribe, man. You know, Quay Da Vinci, and we out, man.